Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel, Lady D Psychic. This will be my reading that I do every week for the transits, for the important transits of the week, as well as a card reading, and I do a channel as well. So I'm coming to you from New Zealand. We're in Ashburton at the moment. So tomorrow night after the fair, we're going to Christchurch. So I'm coming you special from New Zealand with this video. So what we've got coming up for this week, there's two big things happening this week. We do have the solar eclipse happening in Aquarius on the 17th of the month, 17th of February at 11:01 p.m. And we've also got happening on the 16th, we've got the sun, which is going to be in square just before the solar eclipse to Uranus. And so that can bring about something that's unexpected, unusual, but it may not be a very positive, unexpected event or something that happened unexpected in your life. Around the world, it could be something, some rebellion, some uprising, maybe coming up with that transit, and with this solar eclipse as well, which I'll get to in a moment. On the 17th, um, we've got Mercury, which is going to be in tri to Jupiter, which is going to be good news. So, with that Mercury being how we speak, how we communicate, and how we think, it will be in tri to planet of luck Jupiter. So, that will be, you will hear some good news. You'll have positive thoughts about yourself, just positive thoughts in general. Maybe like just even thinking positive, and just maybe all around like happy day, really. And then we'll just get receiving good news. And then on the 14th, we have Saturn moving into Aries. Now, with Saturn moving into Aries, I'm just all over the place with my devices at the moment. I've got limited space here. So with Saturn is a planet of problems. So it's been in Pisces for the last couple of years. It's now moving into Aries, and it'll be there till 2028. So with this, it is about in Aries, because Aries is about action, identity, courage, leadership, and it's also about what's war energy as well. When we got Saturn, it's, I say, planet of problems. Some people say it's about structure and karma, responsibility, maturity, but for me, I just say it's problems. But what's also what that could happen during this time. So it could be that people think you need to be more assertive. Could also be about taking responsibility of like our impulses and our anger, building up discipline and leadership, start things with a strategy, not just ego. But I also feel like with this is going to be problems with war. It's going to bring up problems with leadership issues as well. We've already got Chiron in Aries too, which is bringing having a lot of stuff that hasn't been the best. So it's going to be quite, I feel like, quite interesting as well in what's going to happen. Let me just see if I can move those curtains, and it's better with the curtains. So so I feel like the next couple of years is going to be some issues with leadership, with war. Couldn't be about people's like identity, with that being in Aries. And then we've got this solar eclipse happening. So the solar eclipse is going to be a big one. We've been Aquarius, so we'll be about being individual. I feel like it's about rebellion because it's squaring Uranus. It's going to bring up some community shifts as well. So it could be about breaking away from old identities, sort of a future like in direction where we're going, thinking very futuristic. It's a very Aquarian thing. Technology groups, humanitarian crisis may happen with this eclipse as well. Radical, like meaning independence. I feel like the potential could be an uprising. We may see like some kind of an explosion because it's linked with Uranus, and I was getting an explosion when I was doing my notes. Um, so it could even be like a reset that happens with this eclipse, and it is happening just before we have that conjunction on the 21st with Saturn and Neptune, which I'll go through my next week's video. So and I feel like you're going to feel this energy. I feel like this is one that you're going to feel. Okay. It is right near my sun, so it sort of see what's going to happen in my life around my birthday. It's going to be interesting. So there could be sudden disruptions with this. It could be political and technology surprises. We could see breakthrough that feel chaotic at first. People waking up quickly. Unstable leadership or unexpected decisions could come up with this. So we also have personal, like in terms of your personal life, you could see that you're breaking free from something that's been restricting you. Sudden endings, light bulb realizations. It could be a restlessness of unpredictable things coming up. So this energy is going to be very strong. I feel like it's going to be very strong. Um, but it will be it is about showing courage. It is about could be issues with technology during this eclipse as well. What I've got here is about breaking down boundaries. I've got understanding one's needs. It's going to come up because with Aquarian, they are humanitarian and they can see other people's point of view. So it's maybe things coming up, but you're having to understand people's needs. There's here about not following the rules, people not wanting to follow the rules, rebellion coming up. I did get big explosion in my notes, and I just felt the energy is quite strong. But here, belief systems that will be rocked as well. So what people have been awake or not will be something's going to sort of make them awake anyway. We got here. I got noticing the little things, so little attention to details, maybe noticed with this eclipse. And then I've got over people, like might be over people's stories. So someone that's a bit of a nag or just going on, sort of over their stories, or people that are making things too complicated. Like you're going to be over it with this eclipse. So it is going to be quite an interesting week. Let me just see what else we've got happening with that eclipse. Okay, so at the same time, we will still have Mercury and Venus, which is both in tries to Jupiter, which is actually quite positive. We've got the Sun and Moon. Okay, so Mars is kind of close to them. It's sort of saying it's a conjunction, but not really. But that could, if it is, it's going to bring about a strength. It could bring about anger if it is, but it's not a close conjunction. And we've also got we've got Venus, the node, also in conjunction as well during this time. So that can be very much like your thinking about, what are you here for, like in terms of relationships, in terms of money, life lessons with that. And I feel like but this you'll bounce back from this energy. If something happens, I see you like bouncing back. So I feel like that's also going to be like a positive. We do have, I've also got Mars also in square to Uranus as well. So there's going to be unpredictability. I can't speak. Unpredictable things happen definitely with this eclipse. So just be aware of that. So let's go to some cards and see what the cards say for this week. So I'm just going to move some stuff. Go to the angel cards are staring at me. So we'll do the angel cards. So I will see what we're going to get here. Keep it rising on the chair. Let's have a look. Okay, I feel like there's going to be a thing here this week where people wanting to need help or asking for help, and they could be a bit scared to even ask for help. Definitely shocks, electricity. I think it's going to happen, or explosion, something. But I feel like there are going to be like radical moves. Like in America, I feel like there could be some more protests getting heated up, and over what's going on there. I feel like it's quick a trigger for for a bigger thing to happen as well. I feel like it is about surrendering and sort of just accepting what's going to happen too. But I also feel this is going to affect people's hearts. So this could be something that affects like emotionally, or it could be like something like that's heartfelt, like it's going to affect you. I feel like with this transit, there's it could be a sense of wanting to be loved, or just wanting to feel love, maybe happening with these transits this week too. And it could be a sense of being all over the place as well, and not enough structure could definitely be coming up. Um, but I have a feeling it's a little about just surrendering to what's going to happen, and what will be is what I get. And it could be seem like someone's spying on you, someone's like looking over your shoulder with things, or someone has an ulterior motive, could definitely be coming up to this week on the cards. I just feel like it's like you're going to have a calling here, a calling to do something, a call to action, a call to make changes. I just feel like there's going to be a big, like a calling that you're going to feel that's going to come up to with this week and with these eclipses that are going to come up. So I will still be in New Zealand on the 17th as well. So let's do a channel for this eclipse and see what the channel brings out to. So ready? This eclipse will be a big one, for you're all going to be standing still, and it's like time has stayed still until the eclipse is going to happen. For there'll be shocks about just before the eclipse starts, while radical shifts happen towards the end. You're all going to hear the message and hear the calling. You're all going to sound the sounds of truth that is going to be heard. You're all going to feel like things have dismay or things have been lost, but you're all always going to be like things have always been said. For some of you, it'll be like you're already going to know that these things are going to happen, for you're already awake. But for others, there's going to be great disappointment for what is going to happen with this eclipse. It is about rebellion. It's about breaking through releases, breaking through things that have held you back. It's about breaking through the government systems that have always been put in place to hold you back. For this is all about you breaking through these things. For yeah, there's going to be radical shifts and radical changes, and Uranus is going to do its thing. For there could be electrical storm as well that over your heads, but it's all happening with the brightest reason and the biggest day ahead as well. For you all can feel the shocks, you can feel the earth move, and you'll feel the trembles. For some of you, it will be magnificent to see and to finally realizing that what you have always thought is going to be coming right. For technology, is going to have big shifts for this eclipse, like new things introduced and new things beginning. For there'll be also things happening on the road. For be careful of cars that are being uncontrollable or people who don't know how to drive. There'll be radical shifts in the roads coming up of this eclipse where it's like just be careful and sensitive to other people's emotions and fears that are also coming up too. Okay, so I'll go for this one. Okay, so I just feel like everything will be as it may. So everything will be as it may. But I do feel like that it don't. I do feel like this is going to be a big eclipse, and I don't really feel positive about it, especially with its square to Uranus. Anyway, so where I am, so this weekend, so tomorrow Saturday, I am at Ashburton at a psychic fair there. If you're in New Zealand and you want to come and see me for a reading, here's your chance face to face. On Sunday, I'm at a workshop at Christchurch at Papanui, a spiritual church there. So we're doing a workshop with Katrina, a numerology and psychic mediumship workshop. We still have only a few spots left, so excited. But we've only got a few spots left, and then we'll be closing the books on that. And then on Saturday and Monday, I am doing some readings in Christchurch as well. So I only have one spot left. But if you're in the Christchurch area and you do want to get a numerology reading or psychic reading, I've got Katrina who's got some appointments available. So if you want to contact me, you can with that. And then when I'm back for a little while, then I'm in Queensland for the MBS. So the first weekend in March will be at MBS Brisbane. 2 weeks after that, I'll be at MBS Sydney. So that's where I am and about. So thank you. I know this video is a bit quick, but only because I'm limited with time that's the moment today. But thank you for your likes, shares, and your comments. I wish you the very best for this clips, and I will see you for my next video. So bye now.